Talking of successful individuals, the novelist David Nicholls is definitely the man of the moment.
His book, Start of a 10, has recently been turned into a musical, and of course his bestseller One Day is now one of the bigger shows on TV. Well, today sees the release of his latest romantic novel, and Angela Rippon took him back to the place it all began.
The beautiful and dramatic landscape of the Lake District and the Yorkshire Dales has inspired writers and poets for decades, and you can see why. And it's where one of Britain's most popular novelists has set his latest book.
David Nicholls is known for his award-winning novels, including Start of a 10 and Us, but more recently for the emotional Netflix adaptation of his 2009 novel, One Day.
How is that someone can go from being a total stranger to being the most important person in your life?
It's a powerful story of love and friendship.
Well, David's latest book, You Are Here, is also about love. It's about two walkers, and as the story unfolds, we see their relationship, their affection develop as they walk 197 miles over 10 days on a terrific path through this countryside.
David and I are going to walk some sections of this coast-to-coast route today, and I want to find out where he gets his inspiration.
Is this a walk that you know yourself?
Yeah, I did it for research. I did it in 3 chunks. The novel kind of has 3 acts, and I like the idea of the walk having 3 acts as well. And this was an opportunity to write specifically about walking, to write about hiking, to write a love story that happens to take place on a long walk.
But you are a great walker yourself, aren't you?
I try and get out as often as I can, go for long walks by myself. It gives me time to think, and yeah, I listen to music. I have a little notebook in my pocket in case something occurs to me.
Do you mind then that I'm going to gate crash your solo
No, I'm
walking?
very happy. It's a pleasure.
Super.
We leave the spectacular Honister Pass with our sights set on the town of Grasmere, where David's characters Marnie and Michael take shelter from the rain.
It's 2 people who don't necessarily seem to have much in common, falling in love. I also wanted the landscape to reflect the different stages of this love story. There are passages where they're arguing, where it's very dark and stormy and pouring with rain, and they're wet and angry, and there are other passages which are much more warm, more hopeful, more upbeat, where they're starting to create a bond between them. I like the idea of putting a landscape and a love story on top of each other and mapping it out in a very literal way.
I think what was also lovely is you get them walking and talking.
There's something about these long days, about having a landscape to respond to, about not looking at each other. They really open up to each other.
David has been writing novels for 2 decades, but this was not his first or even second career.
I was an actor for about 8 years, and I was a pretty bad actor. I didn't work very much. But I realize now that what I really always loved about it was the writing. Writing television scripts is very different from writing fiction. It's a very collaborative process.
But then you made the leap into writing novels.
It was a big change. There are all kinds of things you can do in a novel that you can't do in the script. There's no performance to worry about. You can just you have terrific freedom.
Well, the book is finished. Are you getting your hiking boots out again? Do you have another walk planned?
I am. I think I'm going to go back to Yorkshire next time, yeah.
They'll be delighted to hear that. You know, I have a feeling that the thoughts that David's character has in the book about landscape are a total reflection of his own passion for the countryside. So it's really been such a pleasure for me to meet him today. And I tell you, the views aren't bad either.
Oh, it's stunning, isn't it?
Beautiful, absolutely
I've got
beautiful.
the book on the pile, side of the bed.
Next to the plates.
Ready.
Yeah,
Next
ready
to
to
the
go.
plates,
Yeah, love it.
under the plates, actually. Thank you to Angela and David. And David's new book, You Are Here, is out today.